EA Sports, within the game. Boom, whap, snap. He was like a superhero on that run.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. Kenny Nwagu now out of his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. They start the drive with Cook. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. Well, this defense for the Lions, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
On second down, it's Cook again. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. The Vikings at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They thought they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room. But they do have to start winning some games.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. But that last throw, Charles, is going to move him past 32,942 yards passing for his career, and that surpasses the total of the Hall of Famer and a colleague of both of ours, Troy Aikman.
Yeah, played from 1989 to 2000, and Troy Aikman, he was about winning. Because remember, he had Michael Irvin to throw it to. We had Emmitt Smith to hand it to. Just imagine if he was throwing it the way they throw it around nowadays. His numbers, boy, would they be sky high.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Cousins now. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Cousins again. Hard throw, incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
They'll run for it. Cook. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. They'll run with Cook. And he lost the football. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
Second down and goal. Cousins. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Alex Anzalone. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. There's Charles Harris getting home for the sack. 4th down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph from Minnesota. Joseph's got it, and the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun. Goff. That's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 42. 14 yards that time for number 14. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. And the tackle for loss goes to Eric Kendricks. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can...
And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Dalvin Tomlinson drops him again for the 2nd straight play, and it brings up 4th down. 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in.
The tackle there by Malcolm Rodriguez.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for them.
And he loses the football a 2nd time. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Following the fumble recovery, Goff. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
On the keeper, here's Goff. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Jared Goff, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
first down. Here's the run with Cook. And, oh, my goodness, he loses it again.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Cousins on first down. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Throwing is Cousins. And complete right side to Cook. On the move past the 40. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Listen to me. Good route here.
To throw is Cousins. That one complete down the field to Smith. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A really nice gain of 25 yards. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Cousins. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
3rd and long for Cousins. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Lions are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. Their tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. He's got a man complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. It's a gain of 34.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to greenlight that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
On 1st and 10, Goff. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man covers are so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Eric Kendricks coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4. On 2nd down, Swift. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. And the Vikings are going to beef up their secondary here. 6 DBs on third. Here's Gone. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
From the 10, and out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Give him 30 yards there.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Final play of the half, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Glenn, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. From the end zone, here comes Williams. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. He's at the 40, the 20. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Lions.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times where they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Gun.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
What a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
A play fake for Swift. Now Goff. This is caught by Williams. And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line.
Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Eluding the pressure right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. He stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Goff, a handoff here to Swift. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now. And a 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. Picked off by Amani Oruwariye. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Chandon Sullivan. And the Vikings are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. 51 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4. At the 11-yard line.
Now Cousins. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula's not working right now.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
39 yards on the punt. Give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. They will run straight ahead with Swift. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. Really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Detroit.
Once again, it's Swift. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half. And in for the Lions, touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 30 yards. And the Lions will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is now 24.
Lions 27, Vikings 3.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Taken from about the 12. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
First down 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Cousins gives way to Cook. Bulldozes past him. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Tracy Walker in on the tackle. We have played 3 quarters. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 33. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Swift. Takes it to about the 37.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. And he coughed it up. And this belongs to the Vikings. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the Lions are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard. And they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. A gain of 18 on the play.
The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run here with Swift. Room here to run. Uses the stiff arm.
110 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jamal Williams, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Lions are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Cousins. Under pressure, they got him again.
Aiden Hutchinson
in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. Over the middle, complete. That's Cook. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And now here is another interception.
picked off by